right? So even we can create arrays like this team. So this is a string array, right? Now we can create an array like this. Tell me if you want to create a string array, how we have to create a string array? Syntax, please.
String.
Okay,
Type
string, data type,
string array.
Yeah, array or
array
Maybe
symbol,
data
reference name
variable.
reference name. You can give anything.
equal to new
New.
String.
Mm-hmm. String,
Array.
array
array
symbol.
size.
Here we have to provide a size number,
Yeah.
right? Now even we can create like this team. String, array symbol, your reference name equals to, within a braces,
Braces.
you can
Yeah.
provide, if you want you can provide numbers like this, but within a double quotes, right? And so observe team. So first index would be, just say Java, comma, let's say Python, comma, let's say Perl, like this, within double quotes. Now array complete. Within a braces you can provide your numbers, but prefer this way so you can easily understand and in which index what you are storing here. You can easily predict here. So even if you want you can create like this also, but prefer this one. And you can convert easily and you can get element easily, right? And if you understand this way, even you can understand the collections and few more concepts,
Okay.
right? Now we discuss about what string methods. So these are the most important methods string. So string from where java.lang package, right? And a string class provide many useful methods. So these are the useful method. Length method return length, lowercase, uppercase, trim. Remember it will trim end before of your string and end of your string, and don't it won't trim middle spaces. Okay, so value of, if you pass a number, that will return in the form of string. So you can convert so any data type to string, right? Caret, if you pass index number, it will return that index number character. So replace, you can replace a character in a string, you can replace a substring in a string, right? And you can get a substring based on index number, and you can check whether the your string passing string is available in a stored string or not. And so you can, and observe, this is also important thing. So you can observe whether the two objects are, the content of your string, two strings are equals or not. And also this is a overwritten from where, overwritten from where, this is overridden from object class,
From
because my,
object class.
because string class is a child class of object class. Equal ignore case, you can even you can check two strings which are in different cases, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
you can able to know is empty. You can concat two strings and you can split based on your input, and you can get index of, and you can verify whether the string is starting with so and so letter or not, and so string or not, and you can convert into two char array, right? Now so let me give you one question. What is method overloading team? Method overloading,
Method with same name and differentiating parameters.
good, right? So public void, let's say this is my method, let's give a name called test method. For this method, so I can, if you want to pass a parameter, let's say, so let me give a useful name here, let's say display name, right? So this method, this method will display name based on my input. So here I can pass a parameter string type name, right? So as of now, how many parameter I'm passing to this method team?
One parameter.
One parameter. So is there any limit to pass a number of parameters to the method? Have you tried? How many parameters we can pass for a method?
More than one.
Mhm. I'm asking limit. Number of parameters. Let's say this is method, right? So like this, how many strings I can pass to this one? Like this. Is my question understandable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many
I think
parameters
no
I can
limit.
pass?
I tried passing so many parameters,
Okay.
both 6 and 10, but it's executed.
So list is 0. Already we know without parameters, we can create a method. And what is the max?
2
Mhm.
or
Class called A. Now, this is my method. So name 1, name 2, right? So here I'll print name 1 and name 2. How will you execute this method team? Method, right? So create object, class name, object name equal to new class
New
name
class name.
a dot display
Display
method
name.
display name. Here I'll pass name Michael, right? This will print. So my question is, how many parameters we can give for a method? Method syntax. How many number of parameters?
I think there is no limit.
There is no limiting. Very good. So if you want, you can pass n number of parameters for your method based on your requirement. But at the time of calling, so here you have to pass that many number of parameters by the time of calling that method. Observe here my method number of parameter changed to 4. There I am getting error. Why? Because so I have given only 2 parameters. It is asking 4 parameters, right? Now, so here one more one first disadvantage with method with parameter is, so here you- dynamically you cannot change number of parameter, one thing, right?
Yeah.
And moreover, so I have a requirement, I have to pass 100 number of parameters. So if I have 100 number of parameters, so typically we cannot write that much of code, right?
Yeah.
Second disadvantage. And so if I give 100 also, by the time of calling I have to pass 100 parameters, otherwise I'll get compile time error like this. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So to avoid that one, people come up with one solution team. That solution is one of the advanced topic from my Java. So that is var arg method. Var method, right? Now how the var method will create, just this is my parameter string name dot dot dot, We remove this one. Class, main method, my class. Okay. Dot. Okay. So this is the syntax of var method team, right? Now observe. Now this time, let me call my var method. So same, there is no difference. So here also we can call object dot display name. Here, now observe team. First parameter, second parameter, third parameter. Fourth parameter.
Michael double quote.
Like this, you can pass any number of parameters. So the simple thing will accept n number of parameters here. Just before your variable name, just give 3 dots. That's it. Var arg method. Like this, you can pass any number of parameters or any data type. Clear team?
Yeah.
Var arg method. Right? Thanks. So we can give any access specifier, right? And return type. I'm giving shortcut stream. So this is method name, parentheses. So here data type, dot your variable name. Where are the method? Right. Now again, let's go for our string concept. String. So if you want here itself, you can change a class name team like this. So here it will ask you rename file to yes. Right? Now your class name will change. Now let me have a main method. Now how to declare a string team?
String
Yeah. Variable, string
Name.
variable.
string name equal to
String. So string variable name equals to, you can give anything like
double quotes.
right. Now this is already we know, so we can declare it a variable, string variable like this. So this is a one-way team, right? Better. Yeah, document. This is the one way. Now string is nothing but what team?
Data type class.
So data type, and here, so typically string is nothing but it's a collection of characters. So how we declare a character? How we declare a character?
Character.
Char.
Data.
Char.
So your
Char.
variable name equals to, within a single
Equal
quote,
to
you have to
Value.
give a character, right? Let's say J,
yeah.
like this. Now observe, so typically if you give a string, so internally it will consider like this string. It will consider like this string, let's say name equals to array. So array string is a combination of characters like this. J, comma, character V, comma, A, like this. So this is a char, char, array, like this. This is equals to like this. Internally. So this is a collection of character, right? So collection of character, nothing but a string. So if you represent a string, it will convert into like this, internally. Clear?
Yeah.
Now, so the second way, this is not second way, this is the internal conversion. The second way is, so what is a string thing? String is a data type, and also it is a predefined class from a java.lang.package, right? So if it is a class, can I create object?
Yeah.
So we can create object, right? Now, so object way. We can create object for a string class by using following syntax. What?
Data type.
String.
How to create object for a class team?
Yeah. Data.
Class name.
Class name, object name, you can take anything.
Reference in
First
new
to
and
new
constructor.
Class
constructor name,
constructor.
right? Now, so for a string class, you can create like this. It will create object, but my intention is I want to create string class object that should be hold a string. So at that time, you have to create like this. For that, in a string class, we have a constructor called parameterless constructor. For that constructor, you have to pass your string as a parameter like this. So this is also same like this. There is no difference. Observe. So this is one way, right? Now let me see second way. Class name, object name equals to new constructor. So for this, we have to pass our variable string. No difference at all. Here also, so we are storing a variable. Here also we are storing a variable. String case is very special thing. Entire Java string case is very special. And so this is also very, very important and most confusing. And this is also somewhat interested for an interviewer. That's why you have to be careful about a string. So if you learn entire string concept, now you will understand Java 30 to 40%, and 30 to 40% you can expert. So interview questions related to string only. Interview questions and first round questions.
Okay.
Clear? Now, so like this also we can create object and we can create a variable, string variable. Right? Now, have you remembered in by the time of saying this one, string concat, so I have given example of this one. Same, let me copy here. we'll discuss team. So what will happen if I create like this? What will happen if I create like this? So why you are taking this approach? Why not this approach? And what is the difference between this and this? And internally what's happening if I go this one? If I go this one, we'll discuss in detail. Okay. No. So before that, observe team. So I have given a same example here. So here observe. So here, so I am print. First of all, I have declared a variable called Java. So after that, so for a variable Java, I'm calling a method called what? Concat. Concat nothing but, so add this variable to the end of this variable. That's the meaning of that. The function of the concat is, so what internally it will do what? So this go and come to here and add in this position. And that will become this combination of this entire thing, Java session. Right? So that is what internal we are expecting. That is also same thing you can expect output here, Java session. But observe, so here typically, so first I am declaring a variable string Java, right? Now existing a variable, I am concatenating this variable. So if it is actually concat, so here S1 should be what team? So S1 should, if it is actually concat, so what is S1 holding?
Java session.
Right. So if you declare a variable internally, there will be what? Memory allocation. Memory allocation for your variable. Memory allocated like this. What? Java. Now that is holding one variable name. What is the name I'm giving here? Just say S1. Now for this existing S1, I am concatenating what? Session. Right? So if session concatenated to my Java, now resultant should be Java session. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now observe here. Here I'm not printing S1. I'm storing into one more result, one more variable, and I'm printing that variable. Observe. Have you practiced this one, team?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now tell me, team. So if you really practice, now the answer. Now let's give the answer here. Now observe. So here, let me print S1. And result. Now tell me, team, what is the output in line number 11? What is the output in line number 12? Please let me know if you have any confusion.
Line number 8 is Java.
Okay.
Line number 9, Java session.
Okay. Java session. Okay. So here you're saying Java. Here you're saying Java session, right?
Yeah.
Observing. See S1 Java. So result string S1 result string is, so my storing variable, next temporary variable is, so Java session. So here, so if actually the concatenation happened, here also we have to expect what?
Java
Here
session.
also, here also
Java.
forget about this one thing. As of now, let me remove this one. Let me remove this one. So here I'm doing what? just concat session to my Java variable. So if it has actually concatenation, so here, so what output I have to get in here? What
Java session.
output I can expect here? Here, line number 8, I can expect this one, Java session. But actually, what is my output team? What's the output I'm getting here?
Java.
Yes, I'm getting a Java. To understand this one, so we have to know mutable and immutable. Right? So first of all, let's see what is mutable. So mutable is nothing but changeable. We can change a value or we can change something, so that we can call it as a mutable, or nothing but it's changeable. Immutable, so anti, nothing but we cannot change. We cannot change this one, right? Now, here, actually this value we are not changing thing. We cannot change this value. So before that, if you want to understand the difference, so we have to see the difference between string and string buffer thing. String and string buffer. So again, so we have a class called string buffer class. So this is also coming from where? Java.lang package. String buffer, object, so string builder, these are all coming from java.lang package. Now observe here. So here, so if I do concatenate dot printing that object, so here what I'm getting here, I'm getting first variable only. Now the same thing let me do for with my string buffer class. If you want, you can do same like creating object name. String object equal to new object, new string object, right? So even this way or that way, you will get a same output. So no difference at all. Now, so here like this, we cannot create object of a string buffer, right? So same. So using object, we can create string buffer class object like this. String buffer sb equals to new string Java sp dot append method. So called append method, same like concatenating. Here, if you want, you can add two strings. In string buffer class, we have a method called append. Here, you can add two strings like this. Now, so now let me print this SB after adding. Just note down println. This is SB. Now, here I'm printing what? S1. Or else, let me give str for understanding purpose. String str. Okay. Here, let me print str. This is string. This is string buffer. Observe the output print. Now, here, what I'm getting here, actually, I'm expecting what here? My output is here I have to get. So generally, if it is really appending, here I have to get Java session, right? So here also, I'm expecting same thing. Observing what we get for a string and string buffer. Observing. Now I'm getting string buffer as it is Java session, but string I'm getting only Java. That means, see here. Here we are able to change first variable content. First, what are the variable data, whatever the variable content we are declaring. Here, we are able to add first variable, we are able to add another value or a data to the first declare variable content. But here we are unable to adding to content second time for the first declare variable, right? So within a short time, we'll get to know how why this is getting this output, while this is getting this output. So this behavior we are saying as mutability team. String buffer. If you declare a string variable using a string buffer, you can change it. Nothing but you can mutable. The behavior of string buffer is mutable. The behavior of a string is immutable. You cannot change this one. Clear team? Able to understand what is immutable, what is immutable?
Yeah.
Just concentrate on mutable and immutable. Then why is this happening? What is the reason? We'll discuss. Okay. So mutable in sense we can change it. So example is string buffer. If you declare a variable using string buffer class object, you can change it. You will get output same as it is. So here we have to use a method called append. Same like a concat, it will append second data to the first data. Right? Now immutable, you cannot change it. So the best example is string here.
String.
Right. Now what is the function of equals method in object class team?
It compares objects.
Very good. Equals method in where? Object class. What it will do? Compare
Comparing the
two objects.
Two objects.
Nothing but technically I can say it will compare two hash codes or two references. Right? Now it will
Yes.
compare two objects. Now, so the same method we are having, equals method we are having where in my
String.
string class, it will compare what? It will compare
Strings. Two strings.
where is the string?
one
Equals. See, it will
One.
compare content of two strings. It will compare two string contents. If a two string contents equals, it will return true. If the two string contents are equals, it will return a true. Observe here. Now, this is str1. So let me declare str2 here. Condition. If here we can declare str1 dot equals what? str2. Can I say two strings are equal? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So here obviously we'll get output what? Two strings are equal because here content is same. In a string class, equals method is overridden to content comparison. In object class, there it will check object comparison. Two object comparison. Now observe it. Observe. Here, so let me create object of this class. How to create object? Like this, obj1 equals to new,
To new string.
right? Now same here, this is obj2. Now let me write the same condition here, obj1 e- dot equals. So this dot equals method coming from where this time?
Object.
Object
Object
class,
class.
obj2. Now this equals method I'm calling on top of where? On top of my str1, which is string class coming from where? String class,
Yeah, string class.
right? So if the two objects are equals, so here I can say two class objects are equals, else objects are not equal. Observe. Now already we know what we will get here. Now tell me team, what could be the output here? Objects are equals, objects are not equals. You can guess it team.
Equal.
Okay.
Not equals, I think.
Who is equal, who is not equal?
Objects are not equal.
Ashwini,
Yeah, object are not equals.
okay. So Ashwini saying not equals, okay. Bhavya,
Maybe equal.
okay. Naresh,
Yeah, it's maybe equal.
okay. Observe team. Objects are not equal. Observe. Now, so typically, so let's consider this is a JVM memory. So the most components of a JVM memory, so we can consider the major three parts things. One is a stack, second one is heap, third one is method. Stack, heap, method. So this area is method team. There is no relation between our methods, a predefined and user defined method, and this method. This is a area name. That is function name. Remember, there is no relation between as of now. As of now, there is no relation between this method area and this our method, our main method. Clear? Now, so if you create object for your class, if you create object for your class, there will be a memory allocation for your class with the name. So whatever the reference you are giving, let's say first time you are giving what? obj1. Let's consider this is obj. So the reference what you are giving reference obj1 first time. Now let's say you are creating one more time object for your class. So here you are giving a name, reference name. What is the second reference name team?
Obj2.
Obj2.
obj2. This is object2. Right. Now observe here. Let me print just in order to tell them. So here hash code. How to get a hash code of object team?
Hash code.
Come on, hash code.
Hash code.
Reference dot hash code. Yeah.
Right? Now observe the output. So this is what the use of hash code method. For each and every object, there is a unique code declared by JVM. See, this is my first class object memory reference address. This is a second class object memory reference address. For a class, you can create object any number of times based on your statement here. Based on this syntax, there will be a memory allocation for your class with a reference name and with address of hash code. So for each and every object, there will be a unique address that can be represented with hash code. Clear, team?
Yeah.
Now here you have to know, first of all, you have to know equals method. Equals method in object class and same method. Remember team, same equals method
String class.
in string class. In object class, what it will do team? In object class, compare two objects. Right. If the two objects are same, it will return what? Return Boolean true. If the two objects are not equals, it will return Boolean false. So this is not true, right? It is a false. That's why it is getting into this block, else block. When the else block is executing, whenever your if block is not
Not
executed,
true.
new else block will execute. Nothing but here what I'm getting equals method returning what? Equals
False.
method returning false. That's why if block is not executing, if block is not execute, else block will execute. Why else block is executing? This is not equal. Object 1, object 2, it is not equal. Why it is not equal? Object 1 hash code is different, object 2 hash code is different. Because object first, this is first time reference, this is the second time reference. So I am calling dot equals method where? On top of object. It is coming from where? Object class. In object class, what is the action of equals method team? It will compare two objects. Example is this one. Now, string class. What the equals method do in string class? It will compare what?
Two objects.
See,
Contents of
equals
the
method.
string.
Equals method coming from where? String class. In
String
string class, string class is a child class of object class. Remember, see. So by default, super parent of any class is what? Object class.
Object class.
So here we have a predefined class, string class. Whenever you create a class or any class, the super parent is object class. In object class, we have a method what? Equals method.
Equals.
This equals method we are also having in where? String class. In string class, so people are overridden to compare
Contents of string.
in contents. This is the code they have written inside a string class. This is object class. Clearing. Now here, what we are doing here, we are comparing two string 1 into string 2. If these are two, execute this one. Two are contents are equals, execute this one. If the contents are not equals, this will execute this one. So 2 Strings are not equals. Obviously, what is output team? If block or else block?
If block,
Why if block?
because both are equal, strings are equal.
Both string contents are equal. That's why
Yeah.
we'll execute if block. So here, so I'm calling from a string class. Always remember what is inheritance ground rule.
Child.
We have to
Child
create
object.
child class object.
Child
If you create a
object,
child class
yeah.
object, obviously, so if you have a parent class and child class having the same method signature, it will execute from where? Child class. It is
Child.
executed from where? Child class, string class. It will compare what? Objects or string content?
String content.
String
String
content. So
contents.
here it will only comparing two string contents. Two string contents are equals. That's why it executing if block. The most important one, and you have to know about, so equals method and double equals operator. So you have to know this one. Right now, already you know what equals method will do. Right
Yeah.
now, you have to know what is the purpose of double equals operator and what it will do. Right now, observe here. Team. Now here, so let me comment on this one. Equals method from an object class, it will check what? Two objects. Equals method from string class, it will check what? Two string
Two string
contents.
contents.
And the double equals method. Now observe here. So let me do the same thing here. This is object one, object two. If object one equals, it will return this one, right? Now here, so instead of checking this one, observe. obj1 equals obj2, double equals operator. Now let me comment on this one. obj1, so double equals operator. Instead of equals method, I'm using just double equals. Now observing. So first let's see the output. Excuse me. Can you guess what is the output team? Can you guess what is the output?
Else block.
If block or else block? Let me print two objects hash code inside if also. Instead of equals method, just this time I'm using double equals operator. That's it. Okay. Now observe the output team. Just I'm using double equal. obj1 equals to double obj2. Observe. Objects are not equals. Here, double equals, it's always check reference comparison team. Nothing but object comparison again. But these two objects are not equal. Observe here. Observe. So for understanding purpose, let me say this one. If obj1 equals again obj1. Observing obj1 double equals operator. If block. When the if block will execute team,
If condition is true.
if condition is true. Here, what the condition we are getting? Boolean true. Why Boolean true? Here, my double equals operator, it will check a reference comparison. If both references are true, it will check. It will return true. Here, what it is checking? Let's say it is checking whether obj1 reference to this obj reference 1, and it is also reference to obj2. First condition here, what I am checking here. So obj1, this condition here, obj1 equals double equals operator obj2. This reference is different, and this reference is different. That's why we are getting what? False. Double equals operator returns true if the reference is same for two objects. Always double equals operator, it will check reference comparison. Clear, team? Now
Yeah.
apply this one to the string here. Observe here. Now my intention is, so for understanding string perfectly, we have to know equals and double equals operators difference. Right. Now, so string, we can declare string like this thing. String yes equals to new string constructor. Just to pass your string parameter like this. Java. Now, if you declare like this, so here, so generally in line number 77, how many objects will create in?
One object.
See, compare with my class. So if I create object for my class like this, obj1, this is my class object equals to new, this is my class constructor. Here, how many objects will be created in? Only one object. So I can say technically, so only I can say memory location only one. Here, line number 2. Line number 2, there will be a possibility of 2 memory locations. How? 2 memory locations. Observe here. Now, so if you create a variable, especially string variable, now, so generally variable declaration storing. So here, so component I can say heap team. heap. So inside a heap, so there will be a allocation of memory for my variable what Java with the reference of what I'm doing yes here, right? Now, so again, so there will be a special memory allocation for this again. So there will be a allocation of memory like this Java. I'll tell you why this is happening. I'll tell you within a short while. Now observe here. Now observe. So let me see. Now, so here, if you declare a variable like this, so it will allocate memory generally. So using a new keyword, always memory will be allocated for this reference, and especially class level memory will be allocated. So if you declare, so for creating object for your class or string class, memory will be allocated normally, right? So especially for string class, there will be a possibility of two memory allocation streams, two memory allocation. First one is heap memory, nothing but object. So generally for a string, how many ways we can create team? First one is this one, and second one is you can create like this. This is we are saying as string object approach. So this is you can say it as string literal approach. So if you declare a string directly, literal approach, so there will be a allocation of memory for this. This is also a like primitive data type, like int a equals to 100. But this is we are going a special approach. Whether you go for this approach or this approach, so always memory will be allocated first time two location stream. So first one is heap, and second location we are saying yes. So better. So this is string constant pool team. What is string constant pool?
Cool.
Memory will be allocated in two locations. So inside a string constant pool and heap area. So why the string constant pool? This is a very special. Sorry. So this is very special. Observe here. Now, if you create object, nothing but if you declare a string variable, so first time it will create a memory, right? And observe here. Now, second time also, I'm trying to create object for a variable like this. Now, the second time, observe team. So second time, by the time of creating object, first of all, it will check whether this is already created in this object or not. First, it will check, especially in string constant code. For better understanding, let me move like this thing. So I'll give you this heap area and SCP, string constant code. So as of now, consider these are two areas. Later I'll tell you. So where it is SCP, where it is heap. Okay, observe. Now, so I declare string like this, S equals to Java. If you declare like this, first of all, there will be a memory allocation in heap area using Java T. So what the reference is one? This one reference is yes. And also memory will be allocated in SCP, string constant pool. Same using a Java. Now observe. Now, so second time, so again, if I declare one more variable like this, string s2 equals to Java, again thing. So the content is observed. I am creating same content variable, right? Now this s2, this won't create one more time thing. So again, this s2 is pointing to again this one, string constant pool reference. Why? Because so this is to use memory in an efficient way. People will come up with one solution called string constant pool. Because so if you're writing a program, so if you create objects 100, so most of the cases 70 to 80% of the objects will be string thing, variable speech string. That's why so people are come up with one solution called string constant pool. So if you create a variable first time, it will be allocated memory. And if you try to create a variable which is same content, second time it will go and check whether this content is already there or whether this variable is already there earlier. If it is there, pointing to the same variable. Otherwise, it will create new memory for that. So if you create a Java variable content 100 times, the 100 times it is pointing to the same memory. Clear, team?
Yeah.
So how come you are able to confirm this one? Observe here. Now, observing. So S1 and S2. Now, observe system.println S1 dot hash code. S2 dot hash code. Observe careful, team. What could be the output? What could be the output? The better as of now, I don't want to confuse you. As of now, let me create this one, string s2 equals to Java. And I'll clear it to you. I'll give you the most example. I'll try to give max example so that you can able to understand very easily. Now, so first time I'm going that approach, and second time I'm going this approach. Whether you go this approach, you're storing variable. That's it. But content is common as of now. Okay. Now tell me, team, what could be the output? Naresh, Ashwini, Bhavya.
Maybe two different hash codes.
Okay. Is that Ashwini or Bhavya?
Yeah, Bhavya.
Okay. So Bhavya saying both hash codes are same. Ashwini?
No, I said different hash
Okay,
codes.
different. Sorry, two different hash codes. So you're expecting two hash codes,
Yeah.
right? Okay, Ashwini.
I think both hash codes are same.
Okay, Naresh.
Yeah, in this approach, I think different hash codes.
Observing. both hash codes are same here. Observe. See, so in this approach, let me copy the same thing. This one. Example 1. Okay. Now, remember team, first if you create object like this, there will be a memory allocation in your heap area like this using your content. What the content here? Java. So what is the reference team?
S1.
S1. Right? Now, so after creating heap area, this is a common thing. Whenever you create object for any class using a new keyword, there will be a memory allocation for your class with that reference in a heap area. Heap is especially for object creation, for your class objects. Remember, right? Now, so in this line, in the first line only, so along with the heap area, there will be a one more memory allocation for your variable like this. This is only for first line team, especially in string constant pool. So why this is, this string constant pool is for the future use purpose. Right? Now, second time what I'm creating team, again, I'm trying to create a variable of same content. So before this second line execution, it is always check whether this content variable Java is there in a string constant pool. String constant pool, the name itself, string constant pool. It is holding a number of strings, which is constant. Now, so this variable is making a constant. It is holding a Java. Now this S2, so by the time of creating a memory location, always first it will check whether it is already there before created memory or not. If it is created, it is pointing to this one. Clear team? That's why S1 also same content, S2 also same content, and S1 hash code same, S2 hash code is same. Clear team? Now observe S3. S3. Now tell me team, what could be the hash code?
Both three are same.
Observe. S4, S4, S4. Sorry, S3, right? Sorry. Here you have to give S3. Here you have to go S4. This is S3. This is S4. Observing S1, S2, S3, S4. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Observe. Now, so for these many lines, how many objects creating team? How many memory allocation creating? This is an interview question.
2 memory.
So only 2. One is heap area, another one is string
Pool area.
constant pool area.
Constant pool area.
If you create n number of times these content, always first of all it will check So whether this is first time also, whether is there any content using same variable? If it is yes, pointing to this variable. If it is not, create new variable. Now observing. This is clear, right?
Yeah.
So try to execute different example team so that you will be able to know. So first of all, so get clarity on double equals, hash code, equals method. Now observe. So better let me save this. No. Observe you. Now here, so let me call method called s1 dot concat. Concat. So what I have to concat? I have to concat like this session. So if it is concat, observing. So after concatenating, I am trying to print what s1. What could be the output team?
Java.
Java. Now, so here, how many objects are creating team? Can you able to say how many objects?
Mm,
2.
How come two? Observe. So already we know by using these line, so there will be a memory allocation in a heap area. So first of all, we are creating what? Java
Java.
variable.
Java.
With the reference name what we have taken, S1.
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 This one.
Now this is S1. Now this is mandatory. So there will be a duplicate in a string constant pool. This is for what?
For future use.
For future purpose, right?
For
So
future
if you are,
purpose.
if programmer again trying to store one more variable with the same content, the second variable reference is pointing to the first one. Nothing but string constant pool. String constant pool. People will call SCP. Okay. Now, second, and after that, what I'm doing, team, I'm trying to concat session to my existing variable content. Now this time, what happened, you know? So this concat operation. So if you are trying to do a operation on an existing string, so this will create one more variable team. It is not changing existing content. It is trying to change. It is trying to create one more variable with the content of this one. Okay. That's why observe here. Here I'm printing what? S1. Now my S1 is pointing to what? Java.
Java.
What the output I'm getting? Java or
Java.
Java session or Java?
Java.
Here I'm
Java.
trying to printing S1. So which is holding Java. That's why I'm getting Java only. So this Java session is not having any reference. That's why this is eligible to garbage collection. Have you remembered garbage collector? When the garbage collector is invoked,
Unused
Finalize
memory.
whenever you have an unused memory
unused memory. Yeah.
or used memory without references, that will be killed by garbage collector. Here we are not giving any reference. If it is not having any reference, so automatically it will collected by garbage collector. Now observe here previous example, by the time of saying this method, concat method, so I have given example like this. This one, see here. So after adding session, I'm storing to one more variable, result string, right? I'm printing this one, result string, not S1. Observe, observe here. Now after concat method returning what in string here. Now if it is returning string, so as a programmer, if I want, I can store it. Now this time I'm storing into S2. If you print S2, now you will get Java session. Now this is S1, this is S2. So what is S1? What is S2 team? S1 is Java, S2 is Java session. Now this time I am giving a reference my result after concatenation. So this reference is what? S2. This nature of string is we are calling as immutability. You cannot change existing content of a string. If you're trying to change, that will create one more memory with another reference. Clear, team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you want, observe here. Now, if you want, I'll let better discuss tomorrow. I don't want to confuse with this one. So as of now, observe. So if you're trying to change existing content of a string, it will create a new memory. So and you cannot change existing data or existing content of a string. That nature we are calling as immutability. You cannot change string content. Clear, team?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And string constant pool. So people may ask you, team, what is a string content pool? So here you have to say what is a mutability, what is a immutability, right? So what will happen if you create object this way? First of all, it will create a memory in a heap area, and for future use, string it will create in string constant pool. And remember, team, string constant pool is also a part of a heap. So here, let me see, SPCP string constant pool. String constant pool, right? So string constant pool up to 1.6 SCP is part of method area team. So what is a method area? Inside a JVM, so we have a three memory portions majorly: heap, stack, method area. So let's consider this is the JVM memory. inside a JVM memory. So major parts, these three: heap area, method area, stack area. So up to 1.6, let's consider this is heap area, this is method area, this is stack area. So up to 1.6, string constant pool is in the part of method area team, SCP. But after 1.6, people are move this SCP to the heap area. So now currently we are using 1.8, right? Now the SCP is in the part of again heap area, string constant pool. Based on your number of variables, this SCP area is going to increase. So far clear, team?
Yes.
Yeah.
We revise what we discussed. So first we discuss var arg method. If you want to pass any number of variables for a method, take the syntax data type 3 dots your variable name var arg method, right? And coming to the string, right? So string you can declare by using two approaches. One is object approach, another one is literal approach. String data like this: string, variable name, and your string within a double quote. Internally, string will be created like this thing. It's a collection of characters. It's create like a char array, right? And so what is a mutable? What is immutable? Mutable nothing but you can change it. Immutable nothing but you cannot change it. So what we can change in? So here we have a class called string buffer, right? So we can declare a variable string by using string buffer class. If you declare a variable by using a string buffer class, you can change existing variable content. Here what I'm doing, I'm calling a method of append method from a string buffer class. We can append so this string to the existing Java string. Now resultant you'll get what? Java session. So if you do the same thing by using concat operation from a string class, so you cannot get this Java session thing. You will get only what? Java.
Java.
Why? You cannot change the existing content of a string. But in the case of string buffer, you can change it. So string buffer data, you can mute, you can change it. That's why we can say it as string buffer are mutable. String classes are immutable. Clear? And equals method in object class, always it will compare two objects. Equals method in string class, it's always check content comparison, two string content comparison. Clear, team? And double equals is always check for reference comparison. So tomorrow we'll discuss in detail about this double equals with examples. Okay,
Okay.
right? Now for you the task today is do the same thing with string buffer team. So try to create object like this: string s1 equals to like this Java string s2 equals to like this Java and string yes let us take string buffer s3 equals to string buffer in double quotes. Okay. Now the fact is these three things, and also what's happening if you concat and if you do addition by the time of execution, right? So just practice on these three things. Okay, this one. So if you have any questions, just come up with your questions. Okay, you will get a lots of questions. Just practice on these three things.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you, team.
Thank
So
you.
mostly tomorrow I'll take morning session. I'll update you early morning. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
అదేంటి అసలు